This is a love letter. A love letter to grain, to imperfections, to not overthinking every little thing that you do. A love letter to noise, to grit, to distortion, to haze, to light leaks, to tilted horizons, to fingerprints on the lens, and to making it up as you go. I recently got back from a trip to Mexico. Now, this was a vacation and not specifically to take photos and videos, which is why the order of everything is non-sequential and more so for tone. I tried to pack my gear as lightly as possible this time. I tried, but I didn't entirely succeed. The gear that I brought goes as follows: the Fuji X10, my favorite all-around camera, a brother to the more famous X100V with practically every feature it offers, plus the ability to change lenses. The lenses I brought are the Fuji 18-55, the 55-200, and the 27mm. Beyond that, I brought my new toy, the Fuji X10. But this video isn't specifically about the best gear, and is more so about the experience of finding the tools that help clarify your voice as a creative. I've used many cameras over the years from many brands: Nikon, Canon, Sony, and now Fuji. They've all done the jobs that they were created to do, more or less. I still very happily shoot with Sony cameras for my main work, and they are incredible pieces of kit. The difference, however, between using something that is entirely optimized to perform and something that helps find your voice as a photographer, well, that's where Fuji came in for me. Using Fuji strikes a balance for me. It makes me want to engage in photography in a way that both feels inspiring to use and inspired to seek out beauty that surrounds me. That may come off more philosophical than I intended, but just bear with me. When I walk around with my Fuji cameras, whether my XE4 or X10, I don't have an expectation that I'm going to make professional photos. The only obligation I have is to enjoy what it is I am doing, and the option to document it if I so choose. And that's where I have found a lot of my voice for this type of photography has grown.
The majestic Coty looks for a snack.
Fuji allows for the imperfections that non-professional photos have to shine through in their own unique ways. The grain, the incorrect white balance, the distortion or soft focus. They seem to speak the same language that I do. I love allowing a scene to pour over me. I love being able to capture what I want in its own uniqueness without being forced to follow any rules. I want to make mistakes. I want to carve my own path. As much as I want these photos seen, I always want them to be for me first. And I think that's what Fuji does best. It gives you a sense of instant nostalgia. If you grew up before the early 2000s, you probably had a lot of photographs in books, albums, or boxes hanging around. Generally speaking, they were taken by non-professionals. Your mother, father, aunt, a family member, someone who wanted to capture the moment but didn't get so caught up in the technical aspects. The photos feel like a time and place before they feel like a piece of art. The same way that old photos shown in documentaries feel like the time period they are taken in, Fuji photos transport you across time and space. So, This is a love letter, or maybe a letter of appreciation. Appreciating the fact that I've found something that works for me, that inspires me, excites me, and is personal. Something that's imperfect or pensive. When I pick up these cameras, I feel like I'm both doing work and am away from work at the same time. I'm thinking, but not overthinking. Doing, but not overdoing. You get the point. There's a lot of hype around Fuji cameras these days, and I think it's both earned, but comes with a pinch of caution. Fuji cameras are not for everyone, as much as social media will try and tell you. And that's important. Not everything or everyone is for you. Finding what works, what makes you happy, inspired, excited, this is all part of the journey. I wanted to thank you for coming along. Do me a favor and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And until next time, adios.